15 with the WBA, just for argument's sake, the Pulev fight doesn't materialise next, but you go to Ipswich in a big fight. I'm just looking at some names here: Luis Ortiz, Jarrell Miller, Michael Hunter, Zhang and Cabell are both tied up. But I mean, the Miller one screams out to me a bit.
Yeah, the Miller one seems like fun.
It's an easy sell.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need someone. You need the right dance partner, someone who's going to do the dance with you and help you get there. And Miller, out of those list of names that you read out, would definitely be the one. But again, what's he up to? What's he doing? Is he ready? Does he want to fight me? Does he see the value in it? I don't know. What stage is he at with his career? What's he doing at the moment? These are all question marks. So, yeah, for me, I'm just ready to take on whoever at this top level and prove to myself and prove to people that, no, I'm meant to be here. So I'm ready to take on whoever.
Okay, let's see if we can get Ips.
And those are the words of Fabio Wardley as he speaks of his future potential desire to fight Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller, he claims, would be a good dancing partner for him, to do the dance with him. And I think, and I know he's referring to the promotion, the buildup. You know, Jarrell Miller, people forget very easily why Jarrell Miller is Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller promoted himself into an opportunity of a lifetime with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was the cash cow. He was the golden boy. He was the he was the star of boxing, especially at the heavyweight division, right? And people knew of Joshua since the Olympics and all that. And Jarrell Miller, being an undefeated fighter from Brooklyn, was able to talk his way, promote his way, sell his way into a fight with AJ. Now, the particulars of how it didn't happen is anybody's business, right? But the point is, Jarrell Miller was able to do that single-handedly, okay? He was able to show people that, hey, you might like me, you might hate me, but guess what? You're going to pay to see me type. And I think Fabio Wardley knows that, and I think that is a good fight for him because Jarrell Miller, you know, despite being 35 years of age, you know, I think he's pretty fresh due to the layoffs, right? And there's a lot of things that, you know, he just had his clash with Andy Ruiz, the former, you know, unified heavyweight champion of the world, right? When he upset Anthony Joshua. And I think a lot of people along with me think that he beat Andy Ruiz. Okay, so I think Jarrell Miller would be a very good opponent for Fabio Wardley, especially considering what Wardley's just done to Frazier Clark. You know, I think that's a good fight, a great selection. And I also think, you know, a fight with Jarrell Miller is a guy that's going to come right towards you. You know what I mean? And he has a beard. So, yeah, Fist City much. Okay? You know, and Fabio, a guy that can move, a guy that is, you know, he has that agility factor within him, the footwork. You know, I think he feels that he will be able to beat Jarrell Miller, and I can understand why he would want to fight and think he could beat Jarrell Miller based on the fact that he knows that he can move. You know, Daniel Dubois showed you how you beat Jarrell Miller. You box and you move. You don't stand there and trade because that's when you can get in trouble and you can give him opportunities. And a lot of people, despite saying that he can't punch, well, why don't you ask another guy that also has a chin like Andy Ruiz? Why don't you ask him that question? Okay, because people have all the answers until they get hit in the mouth with that guy, from that guy. You see what I mean? So ask Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois took some shots and he buckled Dubois in some of those exchanges. Not many, but some. Okay, so that should tell you everything you need to know about Jarrell Miller. So, yeah, you don't want to stand in front of Jarrell Miller, especially any guy that's 300 pounds. That's just not logical, okay? That's not intelligent. You know what I mean? But I can see a game plan where Fabio Wardley wins by just boxing and moving. You know what I mean? Not going toe-to-toe with Jarrell Miller. That I don't think that would be smart, but I think the build-up would be fun. I think Jarrell Miller, you know, I don't know what he has going. He may want to fight someone else. I forget who he's going to fight next. I know he had the Derek Chisora fight in mind and couldn't get it, but it was another fight or whatnot that I can't remember right now. But it's a good thing always to be called out by these fighters, because Jarrell Miller has wanted to fight a British fighter. He has bought a flat in the UK. So I think that's one of the reasons why, hey, those fights can become very available to him, especially if he's local there in the UK. But you guys tell me what you think of Fabio Wardley calling out Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.